has not been good. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, but if you're new here, my name is Taylor. I am a singer-songwriter, music teacher, manifester, and most recently, a mom. So since being back, I've made a couple of law of attraction manifesting videos, and I have more of those to come. But I wanted to pause for a minute and talk a little bit about my weight journey throughout my pregnancy, before my pregnancy, and afterwards. I've talked a lot about weight loss on this channel because there was a point in time where I lost a lot of weight and I wanted to shed some light on that and help some people out. And now it's time to I guess talk about the weight gain. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this is a kind of uncomfortable video to make, but I also just want my channel to be a place of full disclosure. And we all have these struggles. We all lose weight and then gain it and then lose it. And I don't want to put off the idea that like once you lose it, you're done, the hard work is over and you're good to go, because that is not the case. So as a lot of you know, I recently gave birth to my son, but the pregnancy, I did gain weight from the pregnancy. Obviously, I was creating a human in my body, but that's not where the weight gain started, and it might not be where it ends. So I mentioned this in my house tour video, but once we moved here, I was just in permanent vacation mode. And that's the thing about eating habits, is it takes a lot to maintain them, as I'm sure you know if you have struggled with it. If you're really upset and depressed, what do? You eat. But if you're really happy and just enjoying yourself, what do? You eat. And so when we moved here, I was just on that permanent vacation mode. I was celebrating, I was happy, I was excited, and I was eating a lot of Taco Bell. It doesn't help that Taco Bell is like 4 minutes away from me. And so I started gaining weight before I even found out I was pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, guys, it got so much worse. And not just because like, oh, you're pregnant now, you're growing a baby. The hormones and just, I don't know what the hell was going on. I had a moment early on where for whatever reason, I was just insatiable. Like literally, I would not stop feeling hungry. And this was in the first trimester. You're not supposed to need to eat that much extra food, but I don't know, man. I was insatiable. It got to a point where, yeah, we're gonna shed light on this. I was so hungry. I kept trying to eat and nothing was working. And granted, I probably should have had more like protein, meat-based things, but I also had this fun thing that a lot of pregnant women get where the smell of certain foods just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So like chicken, that was out. That was out. Eggs, those were out. A lot of my normal healthy staples, I couldn't do it. So it was one night early on where I was starving. I was so hungry. We had just made dinner and I'm eating it. And I literally feel like as if my body is just this empty hole that I'm throwing food down and it's just disappearing. I was starving, and mixing that with the pregnancy hormones, it wasn't a good combination. And so I ended up, this is so embarrassing. But like I said, honesty, full disclosure, so let's just do it. I went into my bathroom and I just started breaking down because I was so hungry. I could not satisfy myself. I could not even feel remotely full. I just felt insatiable, like I keep saying. And so my emotions bubbled up and got the better of me, and I ended up punching a hole in the bathroom door. I don't know if I still have a picture of that, so if I do, I'm going to include it here. But yeah, I punched a hole in the bathroom door, and then after I did that, I proceeded to sit on the bathroom floor and cry while saying, "I'm not strong enough." And I meant that in two ways. I meant that in, I am not strong enough to have made a hole in the door. What? And also, I was also feeling like I am not strong enough to be a mother and to embark on this journey. So yeah, it was a very emotional and turbulent time. Damage was done. But For those of you who have been pregnant, I'm sure you get it. You may not have caused structural damage, but you know, I'm sure you did some things too. And so from that moment on, the constant hunger was a big thing, and I was just eating all the time, so much, and it wasn't always the healthiest food. I did try, I really did. Like, I had my fiance get me all these fruits and vegetables and things like that, and I did try to eat healthy, but like those, they just didn't do it for me. And so I was going to Taco Bell a lot. I even went to McDonald's a couple of times, and that's not my favorite place to go. But I just wanted to feel full and satiated and stop being so hangry. So yeah, the weight gain got a lot worse during my pregnancy. And it was to the point where even the doctor I was seeing, she told me, she's like, you've gained too much weight. And she looked like shocked. And I was like, thanks. That's how you deliver that message to a hormonal pregnant woman. Thank you. And it didn't help. I'm pretty sure she was comparing my weight to when I was like 19, because I haven't had Kaiser since college. And even when I had Kaiser, I rarely went. So yeah, thank you. Compare me to the weight I had 10 years ago. Although it's kind of funny because she was like,
if you don't get this under control, you are at risk of having a baby that is too big and it'll be really painful to birth.
He was premature, 5 pounds, and I had a C-section, so clearly I still have some buried anger. And now that I am out of the woods as far as pregnancy goes, my son is here. My son, that still sounds so weird. I'm still not in the place where I can just dive into losing weight like I had way back when I was thin. Not that I am doing anything near like I was during my pregnancy, but I still have to have extra calories in a day because I am breastfeeding. And also, it's hard to always make healthy meals. Our dinner is always healthy. We pretty much have a staple of chicken and rice and vegetables. But during the day, I am home alone with him by myself. The fact that I am able to film this right now is a miracle in and of itself. Thank God for swings. And so I would love to be able to make a healthy breakfast and a healthy lunch every single day. But the reality is sometimes I am popping bagel bites in the oven and eating them while I feed him. Like, finger food while you're a breastfeeding mama is so essential. And yes, there are healthy finger food options, but even those need to be prepped and prepared. Is that the same thing? Pretty sure it's the same thing. And having something that you can just throw in the oven, get him ready, take out, and just eat while you feed him, kind of a lifesaver. So even now, my eating habits are not where they once were. They are not where I want them to be. But sometimes with life, you just kind of have to roll with the punches and do your best, but also be compassionate to where you're at right now. Even if you're someone who's watching this and you didn't just have a child, but yet you have a really busy lifestyle, you're suffering with depression or a bad relationship or whatever the case may be, it makes it harder to prioritize your health. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't and we should just throw in the towel, but it does mean that you need to make adjustments. Make positive, healthy choices where you can, and give yourself grace when you can't. And on those moments that you can't, don't go overboard. Don't binge. Don't eat way more than normal. But recognize that you're not always going to be perfect. And even if you're just making small changes and you're being consistent with them, you will still see results. Like I said, my diet isn't super healthy. It's not super unhealthy, but I have a decent enough balance. I've cut back on a couple things. I've been doing my exercise bike again every day and some yoga. And I feel like there's already a slight difference. It's so small. It's so small, I don't even know if it's visible to the eye, but I feel like it's there. And it probably is, because even just burning 50 calories every day on an exercise bike, that's 50 less that you're taking in every day, especially if you maintain the same diet that you do every day. And after a week, that's, oh crap, we have to do math. Okay. So 3 days would be 300 calories, and then that's 350 less calories over a week that you're no longer consuming. So that's still going to make a difference. We are not going to calculate how much less it would be for a month. You can do that on your own. So small little changes that you can be consistent with have a big impact, just like small little changes going the opposite way over time have a big impact. I don't even know how much weight I've gained since my lowest. I don't want to know. But that is just how it goes sometimes. So if you're in this boat with me, hey, what's up? And you got this and you're okay. I know you have goals. I do too. And it's important for us to keep working on them even when things are difficult. But it's also important not to stress yourself out with it and beat yourself up, because first of all, stress releases cortisol, which makes it harder to lose weight. So that's strike number one. And number two, if you're beating yourself up and you're being incredibly harsh on yourself, eating healthy, working out is a way of taking care of yourself. If you're being mean to yourself, you're not really going to want to take care of yourself in the same way, you know? So you need to continue loving yourself through all the different stages of your life and give yourself that compassion. This, again, does not mean just throw in the towel, eat whatever you want, and forget about working out completely and just be a sloth on the couch. That's not what that means. It is important for the sake of your own health to continue on this journey in whatever way that fits into your life right now. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on and talk about my struggles, let you know that if you are also on the struggle bus, you are not alone. I am sitting right next to you. And it's okay, because eventually we will be off the struggle bus. And maybe in a year or two from now, we'll be right back on it. That's just how life goes sometimes, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. There are plenty of people that I know, okay, fine, I don't know them personally, they're YouTubers I watch, that have lost weight and stuck to it. Michelle McDaniel, my literally favorite YouTuber ever, she is a great example of that. She is amazing. And she is consistent with it because it's a priority, and she has shaped her life around it being a priority. Some of us have different priorities, are going through different things, and that's okay. We're not all gonna be like her. We don't need to be. But if this is important to you, you do want to always keep moving the needle and try your best that when you do fall off track, you don't fall too hard. It is possible to be one of those people that have lost weight and maintained it forever. But that means it has to be a priority to you. That means it has to be something you are consistent with every single day. And yes, you can have days on occasion, especially now that we're here near the holidays, where you go a little crazy. That's okay, but you can't have a holla month. It's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I should cut all the times I mess with my hair that I just cut out of the video into like one long thing at the end of me just like it happens a lot. I just did it again. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was slightly informative, and I hope it also just made you feel better about yourself and about your struggles. And just whenever you're feeling bad about where you're at, just remember me punching a hole in my bathroom door. And that'll sure to make you feel better. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video, where we'll probably be talking about manifesting again. That's kind of my favorite topic to talk about. I think I'm gonna make a video about all the things I've manifested in my life, just because it might be harder to listen to someone talk about manifesting when you don't know what they've manifested. I have made a video about manifesting my car, but there have been other things. So until next time, keep creating a life that you love because you deserve it. And also keep on track with these goals that you have for yourself. Yes, you will have setbacks. Yes, there will be times that you are no longer happy with your body like you were before. But it's never too late to get back to that place. You just have to be consistent and make it a priority. And really, that goes for any goal that you have for yourself. All right, bye. Oh my god, guys, I did it again. Okay, so I already told you guys about my new single, This Gift, which is now available on all streaming platforms, the song I wrote when I was pregnant with my son. But I am also re-releasing Blame It on the Programming. Yes, bringing that one back so that it is on all my profiles as well. It's no longer separated by my band, because we're not really doing that anymore right now. And then I have another new single out. This one is one of my favorites. It is called Make Believe. It is out on December 13th, which I think is the same day I'm posting this video. So go check that one out. It is literally like my favorite song ever so far. So all of the links to all of those will be down below in the description. Go check them out. I'm so happy that I now have 3 songs on my Spotify and Apple Music and iTunes and all those platforms. So go check it out. And now here are a bunch of videos of me messing with my hair all throughout this video because it just makes me laugh. I feel like the longer it goes on for, the funnier it gets. I am such a nutcase.